I literally told them like, I think I'm botched. I really think I'm like botched.
I was like, I'm so over being constipated. I need to poop. I need to get this out. Like, and get those pineapples in, girl. Get them pineapples in. You guys, this was one of the best days of my life. Honestly, I was really nervous, but I did so many things to prep myself for this surgery, and literally in a snap of a finger, I woke up looking like a mummy. But I'm so excited that I documented all this, so come join me in my rhinoplasty recovery. I'm swelling up really bad. It's really hard to breathe too. But let me show you guys. It's kind of gross, but it's side view. Good morning, you guys. This is day 1 post-op, and I clearly am super swollen. I noticed today my nose is bleeding a lot, so I can't take my gauze off. I feel like, I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like I have body dysmorphia. When I tell you like I'm going through it, like a bit going through it. I was like looking at myself in the mirror, and I literally had to call my friends, and I literally told them like, I think I'm botched. I really think I'm like botched, and I should have just like left my face alone. I feel like my nose looks worse than it was before I even got surgery. Day 2 of post-op. I'm heading to my doctor's office right now. I don't think anyone actually tells you how disgusting it is to clean up after having a rhinoplasty. This morning it was just like mucus everywhere, and you know that's gross. I like don't feel good. But let's go to my appointment. But before we go, one thing I do want to mention is you can't have caffeine days before your surgery and after your surgery, which means I haven't had matcha for the longest time, and I'm getting really cranky. But yeah, anyway, let's go to my appointment. Oh my god. So I didn't get my cast and stitches removed today. I just got a steroid shot on my arm, which helps the swelling. But oh my god, you guys, that steroid shot hurt. My arm is literally so numb, and I need to drive back home. Oh, this is like so difficult. It is day 4 of my recovery. A lot of my swelling has finally went down, but my nose is still very, very swollen. I noticed though it's really hard to kind of wash my face and take a shower because my cast, I don't know if you guys could see, it's kind of coming off. Today I'm finally getting my cast off at day 6 post-op. A lot of my swelling has gone down, but I'm just so ready to take this thing off my face because I look so crazy going outside with it. I'm running a little late, so let's hurry up and get to the doctor's office.
So the stitches part feels like a little pinch, but it's nothing crazy.
Oh, it's like as if like the crusties are coming off. Okay.
And then there's like, I guess, because a lot of the times you'll notice that it gets stuck with your hair in there. So then when you pull it out, you just feel your hair pulling out, and it's like, you know that feeling when your eyes get watery? Yeah, like that. It started with this, okay? I'm gonna take this off first. This shouldn't hurt. This is just gonna feel weird. I know, feels weird. Shouldn't hurt. So you are definitely still swollen, okay?
I'm
you have to remember,
swollen.
yes, you have to remember this is not your final result.
Okay.
So I know when the cast comes off, you're kind of like freaking out because it's like, oh my god,
I look like Avatar.
Big. Yeah, everything looks big and fat. No. Okay. So this is where we have to get up close and personal, okay?
I tried cleaning it as much as I can.
You're okay. So what do you take this dry blood?
You guys, I look like the Avatar.
Just got my cast off. And but here's my nose. I just got my stitches out. It's so gross. My nose is still very, very swollen, so I have like the avatar nose, but alright you guys, honestly, like I'm kind of freaking out because my nose looks almost damn near the same. And like this recovery has been a little rough for me. I've been so constipated. I've been on the toilet nonstop, dosing myself with laxatives, and I just like, honestly, like this was not a really great experience for me. I'm still gonna go buy nose tape, by the way. My surgeon told me not to tape my nose, but honestly, I feel like a lot of my girlfriends said taping does help their swelling. It also just gives me like a little bit more sense of security. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying my surgeon did a bad job. Actually, my surgeon does really, really good work because he has done a couple of my friends' nose. But what I told him is I did want a natural nose, and the only reason why I'm regretting this is because everyone told me that I already have a nose and I should just like fix my hump. And my hump is very minor. And the only thing he did was pretty much straighten my nose from the side. And he didn't really lift my nose. He just kind of supported it. So when I smile, my nose doesn't go down. And he did pretty much exactly what I asked him to do, so I can't be upset at him whatsoever. What I'm really sad about is that like I kind of let people sway me in my decision of what I should do to my face, in a sense, because a lot of people just basically started scaring me, and they said, you know, you're gonna look super different if you do something really crazy to your nose. You already have a nice nose, you don't even need a nose job. And like honestly, like I'm really just upset that I kind of took their route instead of what I really wanted. Honestly, maybe like when the swelling goes down, I'll maybe like my nose a little bit more. Not that I really wanted to look like I had work done on my face, but it's just like I just feel like I went through all of this for almost like nothing. If I knew it was just this minor, I just wouldn't have even touched my face at all. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys when I get back home because I'm like not alright. Been 20 minutes since I got my cast off. I drove to Target to get some tape and they don't have it. So I'm gonna go to Walgreens and get tape, but you know what? I realized my nose does look a little different. It's just swollen. And I just need to stop acting like a complete type A crash out. But today I'm gonna get my life together, girl. I don't got a block on my nose. I don't know, girl. Maybe I'm just tripping because I'm just saying I don't see too much of a difference because it's swollen. And if any of my friends know a little bit about me, is I am not the most patient person, and I guess that's why this recovery's been really tough for me. That besides shitting my brains out on the toilet because I have been constipated for days. I only took painkillers 2 days because I was really uncomfortable. But I also was taking my antibiotics, and my body does not do well to medication like whatsoever. Like it does not like anything. I'm gonna go to Walgreens right now and get some nose tape.
2 weeks later.
Hello everyone. I am officially 2 weeks post-op starting today, and how do we like her so far? I think I'm healing really, really well. I have not been taping my nose because my surgeon instructed me not to, but I kind of want to wrap up this video and talk about the price of my surgery, where I got it, who was my doctor, tips and tricks and things that you should buy for your surgery, and just what to expect in general during your recovery. But before we get into that, let's take a quick moment to see my before and after pictures. As you can see, my nose is definitely much more proportionate to my face. It's a little bit smaller, much more lifted, and my hump has been taken away. I think my nose fits my face a lot more than it did before. Not that I didn't like my old nose, but honestly, I cannot lie, it was a little bit of an insecurity of mine just because I felt like my nose was a little bit too big for my face. You could literally barely see my scar. Honestly, I don't even think there's a scar there at all. I think it looks so good. But anyway, let's talk about the actual surgery. I got my nose done here in Los Angeles with Dr. King at Care Plastic Surgery. I love Dr. King's work. A couple of my girlfriends actually did go to Dr. King, and I love the way that they healed. And he does work on a lot of Asian noses. Ultimately, I decided to go with Dr. King because I wanted a very natural looking nose for my face. And Dr. King also works on a variety of different kind of people. Whether you have an Asian nose or a more ethnic nose, he will be able to do magic on your face. When you go into his office, there's no upselling, honestly. It's very relaxed. They don't pressure you to put a deposit down, which a lot of places here in LA I notice will do, because they just kind of look at you as a ticket. They just want to get you in and out of surgery just so they could collect the $10,000 to $20,000 to $30,000 off of you. I really like that they took their time on my appointment. And even if you get a consultation, there's no pressure to actually book with him. He's also very realistic of the results he's gonna give you. In total, my surgery cost $9,500. And I know, girl, that is a huge stretch. But honestly, here in LA, nose jobs could go up to $30,000. But I did get my surgery because I did have a little bit of a breathing problem. I didn't want a Barbie looking nose, and I definitely didn't want to look like Little Miss Piggy at all, because that is not the vibe I was going for. Really been in tears, crashing out if I ended up looking like Miss Piggy after surgery. I went to his Los Angeles office. He also has an office in Las Vegas and Orange County, I believe. You could go on their website. I'll link it down below. So you guys can schedule a consultation or are looking to get your nose done. I highly recommend going to him because he is also a very, very gentle surgeon. I didn't get any bruising during my recovery whatsoever. I only got a little bit of swelling and not a single bruise on my face. So I definitely didn't look like I was coming out of a UFC fight post-surgery, and it was great. Honestly, I really do believe that's why I had such a decently good recovery, because I was able to go out and not really care that I had a cast on, because I didn't look too beat up. I just looked a little swollen. I looked like a bee stung my face, but honestly, I would rather be a little swollen than look like I was in a boxing match. The next thing I want to talk about is the things that you want to get for your surgery. I spent hours, and I mean hours, on TikTok trying to prepare for my surgery, because I have waited for so long to get this surgery done, and I wanted to be the most prepared as I possibly could be. Get an elevated pillow or one of those pillows I use on an airplane, because when you get your surgery, you need to sleep elevated on your back facing up. The golden rule that they told me is that you want your head above your heart when you sleep, because that is going to help your swelling go down. You don't want your nose to get injured while you sleep. So if you are a side sleeper, or if you sleep on your stomach, be prepared to be a little bit uncomfortable while you sleep, because you need to do your best to not move while you are in your deep slumber, because girl, you do not want your nose to be crooked while it's still fragile and in that state of recovery. Next thing I would recommend to get is arnica gel, medical grade arnica gel, or the arnica pills that you can just put under your tongue. That will help with a lot of swelling and bruising. So get bromelain vitamin pills. That helps a lot, I heard, from reducing swelling and bruising. Can't find that at your local drugstore. You could go and just get a whole pineapple or just get diced pineapples, because pineapple contains bromelain, and that's initially what helps the swelling go down. The next thing I recommend doing, my girlfriend actually recommended me this because she also got her nose done. She got this cryo rubber ice cube roller thing on Amazon. I'll put it here somewhere, but basically you put water in this like popsicle maker thing and you freeze it, and then in the morning you just pop the lid off, and then you could just basically ice your face. The next thing that I would recommend for you guys to get, it's kind of embarrassing, but honestly, I felt so constipated during my recovery. I literally could not poop for like 2-3 days, and I literally felt like I had a rock, like a whole rock in my stomach, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. My girlfriend recommended me to get a laxative, and I've never taken a laxative in my life, so I was not prepared for what was to happen in the bathroom, like at all. So if you are getting surgery, definitely have this in hand. Get Dulcolax. That's the one I took during my recovery, and do not take too much of it, because I made a little mistake, okay? I took one for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I was like, I'm so over being constipated. I need to poop. I need to get this out. Like, I felt so bloated, and I just felt like I had to just get it all out. I know that's so gross, but I was having such a hard time eating or even digesting my food because my painkillers and my medicine made me super constipated, which is very, very normal. I heard as well that anesthesia will also make you constipated. So definitely get a laxative. If you do take it, only take it once for lunch maybe. Don't overdo it like I did, because I was like, it's not working. I still feel constipated. I'm not using the restroom. Girl, let me tell you, when it started working, I ran to the restroom, and for 10 minutes straight, I swear to you, it was World War III. It was not a pretty sight, and you are definitely gonna have to clean that up after. Stay prepared, you won't have to get ready for the horrific scene. And that was pretty much all I used for my recovery besides my antibiotics and my painkillers.
My recovery from my surgery honestly wasn't bad at all whatsoever. I was very mobile. Again, I did not get any bruising whatsoever throughout my whole recovery ever since I left the operating room. When I got out of surgery, I was very drowsy and I was very, very nauseous. I remember when I was getting wheelchaired to my car, I literally told the nurse I need to throw up and I just felt like I was gonna faint. She gave me some Zofran, which is like an anti-nausea medicine, and after I took it, I was pretty much okay. I went to go eat all my favorite food after, and it was all good. Honestly, like it was not a hard recovery at all. The only thing is your throat will be very, very dry because of the tube they stick in you in surgery. So another good thing to buy is cough drops because your throat is gonna be really like dry and irritated. So have a ton of cough drops on hand because you are literally gonna sound like you smoked like cigarettes for 10 years. And it's not a pretty sight. One thing I did notice after surgery is I literally hated everything I ate after. Everything tasted really bad. And I was eating all of my favorite foods. Like I could not eat it for the life of me. Everything was too sweet, sour. Everything was just not the vibe. Like it was not working out for me. So I was just trying to drink a ton of water to kind of fill up my appetite. And I also think that has to do with me taking the painkillers and my medication. It really just messed up with my appetite. I also felt a lot of pressure. It's nothing painful in like the center of your face because the cast I was wearing was really tight. So it always feels like something's like kind of hugging your nose really tightly over here. But you kind of get used to it. It's not like anything painful. And by the time you get used to it, like you're not really gonna realize you have it on unless you look in the mirror and see yourself and you look like Bane. Did not have any problems going out with my cast because I am a very jittery person. I was like, I need to go walk. I need to go do something. I need to go to Target and like stick in the makeup aisle for like 20, 30, 5 hours, even maybe just to get out of the house. My doctor did tell me when you get your surgery, try to do very, very light activities like clean your kitchen, go on a stroll, but don't do anything really strenuous. Don't pick up anything heavy. But walking and doing all that stuff wasn't hard for me. Even sitting up, it wasn't hard. But I will not say it was the easiest recovery because physically I was completely okay, but mentally, girl, I was going through it. I literally got out of surgery and I thought I was botched. Like my face was so swollen. I looked like I got stung by a bee and I was like, and the worst part is the next day I got even more swollen and I literally started having an identity crisis. One tip I will tell you, when you look at your face, and it starts to swell and your nose starts to swell even when you have the cast on, you're gonna have an identity crisis. You are not gonna like your nose, you are not gonna like your face. When I got my cast off, I looked at my nose and I was like, oh, what have I done? My nose didn't even look that different from before, honestly. And that's because my nose was super, super swollen. So it looked like the size of my previous nose. And I knew it would shrink and I knew it would become much more feminine and cuter, but when you take your cast off, just prepare yourself because it is not like what people show you on TikTok and they're like crying and they're super emotional and they're like, oh my God, I love it, it looks so cute. Because that did not happen to me. I took that cast off and so many things were racing my mind. I was thinking, should I even have done this? Like, was it even all worth it? It doesn't even look any different. My nose looks swollen. Bridge now is just too straight because I asked my surgeon to give it a slight curve. When this happens, you literally need to relax. Like you just need to relax, calm down, and know this is a complete trust the process kind of surgery because you are not gonna see your final results until, from what I heard, a year out from your surgery date. So every month it's gonna change. Some months it's gonna get puffier and more swollen, and the other month its swelling will subside a bit and it will look a lot cuter. Girl, let me tell you, when I was recovering, one day a lot of my swelling would subside and the next day my whole face would just puff up again. A tip during recovery that I will give you guys is you need to watch what you eat because if you do eat a lot of processed or salty food, you will get a lot of swelling because you will hold a lot of like water retention in your face due to all the sodium and the salt in your food. So be very mindful of the things that you eat. Even if you don't have the best appetite, try to eat as healthy as you can and get those pineapples in, girl. Get them pineapples in. Just as you get your protein, get your pineapples in. Pineapples will be your new protein during a recovery process, okay? So what are my actual thoughts of my nose job now that I have been healed for 2 weeks? Honestly, I can't say I fully am in love with it. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. And that is because I will say, A, I have not been sticking to the best diet, and B, I did go out and have a glass of wine, so alcohol will make your nose swell. And I am also a very, very big side sleeper, so sometimes I will get more swelling on one side of my nose than the other. So this is just the whole process that you're gonna have to just get used to. When people like go vegan and they're like, this is a lifestyle thing. That's like literally getting a nose job. It's literally a whole lifestyle change for a little bit because you just get kind of tired of looking at your face and you're like, what
is going on with me?
But I will say I am starting to love my results slowly but surely because my nose swelling is going down a lot. I've been icing my face every single day with that cryo roller. I notice icing my face every morning does help. And no, you do not need to go get Saratoga water and dump your face in a bucket of ice with Saratoga water. You can literally just wash your face with really, really cold water or even just put ice on it. I do not tape my nose. I didn't tape my nose during recovery as well. My surgeon told me to not tape my nose because I'm not gonna need it. And his preference is to not tape nose at all. And I asked a lot of people who got their noses done as well. And I was kind of like freaked out because I always see everybody taping their nose online and on social media. A lot of people actually were not recommended to tape their nose. And the main reason being is when you take that tape off, you're pulling your skin really hard because some surgical tape is really strong. And sometimes you might end up actually kind of irritating that area and you might just be pulling the skin too much. A surgeon online did say he doesn't like taping noses for that exact reason. So if your surgeon doesn't recommend you to tape your nose just like mine, don't worry and don't freak out. It is a very common thing to not tape your nose. I will say when you are recovering, have a really good support system by your side. Thankfully, so many people on my social media commented on all the content that I was posting about me getting a nose job because I am very open about it. I'm very open about all the surgery that I get. And they were just saying so many kind things to me, and it definitely helped reassure me that no, I did not make a mistake getting my nose done, and I just need to relax. Like I really need to just trust the process. And it's really hard to do so because I feel like rhinoplasty surgery is like a mind game. You know what I mean? Like some days you're gonna love it, some days you're gonna hate it, some days you just wanna crash out over it, some days you just wanna run up to your doctor's office and like hit him across the head. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? If any concerns, you could always ask your surgeon for any advice or any concerns that you may have. Always make your surgeon's post-operative instructions as your top priority and take everything you see on social media with a grain of salt. People could give you their advice and share what they went through in their surgery, but every surgeon has a different technique. So if your surgeon tells you not to tape your nose, consider not doing it. And if they do instruct you to tape it, then do it. Don't go out and make your own post-surgical plans. Do what your surgeon says because they are the ones who worked on your nose and they know how they want you to take care of it, especially if they are the ones who operated on you. But I will be posting a lot more content about my recovery on my social media. And thank you to everybody who sent me such kind words because they're like my new surgical besties. I was like, oh my God, you guys are so sweet. And I actually didn't realize how many people were thinking about getting their nose done. And I didn't know it was like such a popular thing. I again did it to kind of fix a breathing problem. But I will say if you are thinking about getting your nose done, girl, go do it. Live your life, bitch. Yeah, if you want to get any work done, be confident about it and do your due diligence of research and picking the right surgeon for your face because every surgeon has a different signature look. Be realistic about the results that you want. If you want a very Barbie looking nose, don't go to just any surgeon that you see. Go to different consultations and don't go to anybody who pressures you right away to book your surgical appointment because they are not going to care about you and they're going to literally treat you just like any other patient and they're going to literally treat you like a paycheck. So do your due diligence of picking out your surgeon. I'll leave all of Dr. King's info down below, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's stay connected together and I'm going to link all of my socials down below and I'm going to try to post a lot more consistently here on YouTube. I'm still kind of new, my page is new, but I would love for us to build my YouTube family. So hit that subscribe button, follow me on my socials, and I'll see you guys on my next video.